Spirit Radio.
Welcome to the True Ascension series. Are you tired of being misinformed with this information? Are you sick of being lied to and led around the mulberry bush? Well, I was. So I set out to find out the truth. And I found it. Let me share it with you. Join me at Wolf Spirit Radio.
Hi, you're listening to True of InnosenseInnovations.com, presenting the True Ascension series on Wolf Spirit Radio. Welcome to the show, new listeners, and welcome back, old listeners. Well, this is my third radio show on Wolf Spirit Radio. Thank you, Dave, for giving us the opportunity to, giving me the opportunity to host this radio show where I could bring the wonderful awakened Visayan teacher, mystic from the Philippines. And his name is GM Pyram Solom. And along with him is his personal biographer, Mr. Adrian de la Solna, who writes his content for our website when it comes to messages from the Supreme Superlight Angels. And do go into our website and browse all the pages that you can. It's InnosenseInnovations.com, spelled as INNERSE, as in your innocence, your intuition, InnosenseInnovations.com. Innovations as in innovating, being innovative, INNOVATIONS.com. InnosenseInnovations.com is the website that explores the true ascension of mankind on the surface of this planet. This is the site where we bring messages that is so unique and so true for avid truth seekers that our beloved Visayan mystic GM Grandmaster Pyram Solom is bringing from the higher realms. He is the originator and founder of the Dugukan art system, which is comprising of Helot Healing Massage, Dugukan Martial Arts System, Dugukan Art of Life 1 to 72, and he's the emissary of the Daystar Command, Daystar Command. He is here to initiate the SSS Mystery School, which is the Inner Study School, Sacred Spiritual Science, brought here physically from the superlight dimension called Belhanrim and astrally in the higher astral dimensions through his astral body under his under the direct tutelage of the 4 Dugukan mystical personalities. The Dugukan Initiator, the Dugukan Red Star, Dugukan Blue Star, and the Dugukan 1 to 72 Master. As you can see in the website, the Dugukan logo with the 4 corners. Well, without much ado, I would like to bring my spiritual brother, Adrian de la Solna, whom I fondly call Yan, to come forth. So he may introduce a little bit more about the Dugukan and the Daystar Command before we bring the Grandmaster Pyram to the radio show. Yan, you there?
Good morning, good afternoon to the west, good evening, good night to the east. Hello everyone, I'm Yan, and we're here to present messages and teachings fresh and direct from the true spiritual hierarchy by our one and only Grandmaster Pyram Solom. So don't touch that button or dial. Stay tuned because we're going to reveal some of the world's most wonderful messages about ascension and, of course, possibly rejuvenation and all mystic arts that the Grandmaster is about to teach the people of the whole world. So stay tuned. Don't touch that dial.
Now, thank you so much for the introduction, Yan. And I would like to call upon our beloved Grandmaster Pyram Solom. Are you there, GM? Would you like to come forth? Oh, it's so good to have you here, GM. It's really lovely to hear your voice.
Yes, thank you very much. And before to say anything, my warmest regards to all the friends, brothers, and sisters following the revelations of the angels of supreme light. So good day to all of you.
I can literally hear them saying, yes, good day to you, to GM, and they are so excited, GM, to hear what you got to say and the new messages that you're going to bring forth, which is so unique, so special, never before heard on this planet, and we're all ears, GM. May I start with the first question, GM?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Now, we are going to discuss about the Daystar command. I have questions on that direction, GM. How many branches of Daystar command are fixed to assist the planet's entire ascension, GM?
Okay, so the branches of Daystar command that are going to administrate the entire ascension of the planet are 7. They are set to administrate, help the ascension development of the planet, and as well as help the ascension of every life and nature of this planet. They are going to help the entire makeover of the planet's ascension.
Wow, that is a massive, massive job, GM. How many branches? Yeah, it's such a huge, big undertaking that. How many branches of Daystar Command now is operating on the Earth, on the surface of the planet, GM?
Actually, there are 4 active branches of Daystar Command in Earth now, while the rest 3 branches are still coming up. And their presence become visible during actual lightship contacts and connection exercise in our site. So when people go there in our site, they can visibly see lightship in the skies, and they can also perceive their energies. So that's why their transmission now are inspiring the people to just observe. Then after observing the connections, their presence in the skies, then open up their hearts so that they can have their realization, because their message is very important for the ascension of each person into the higher dimension.
Wow. GM, what are the names of I know we have discussed this before, I asked this question before in the last radio show, but it's quite, it's quite a lot to take in at one time, so I'm going to ask this question again. What are the names of the said 7 branches of the Daystar Command, and each branch of the lightship contacts and connections, GM?
Okay, yes. Their names. First, the one that operate ascension assistance is the Akadastar Command. Their monitoring lightship contact is Arkum. Lesson number 1 of the Art of Life 172. So when a person will do the exercise, execute the Art of Life 172 Arkum at a specific time given by them, so they will appear in the sky so they can see the light ship. The second one is the Satyun Command, then the Norsham Shahirian Command, the fourth is the Norjum or Shikam Command, then the 5th, the Hilarion Gijum Command, and the 6th, Jopercom Command, and the Martium Command, the 7th Command.
And GM, these are all according to the Art of Life exercises, right? So what are the names of the 4 branches of Daystar Command in operation on the planet available for the lightship contacts and connections of the Art of Life 1 to 72 exercise?
Yeah, they are the Akadastar Command, the Saturn Command, the Norsham Shahirian Command, and the Norjum or Shikam Command. Their lightship are very visible in the skies during the exercise because it's the transmission to pass this message or information to the people so that the people will be awakened on their presence. So this is also the concrete evidence of the credibility of our information, because the time there is exercise of the art of life 172, which is the release lightship contacts and connection. So they become visible in the sky.
Yes, absolutely, GM. I can attest to that because I did go to the Philippines and I followed your exercises along with the other members of the Dugukan group, and I've seen the light ships myself. I've seen about 20 light ships over 21 days. It's really amazing. I was really so excited when I saw them.
Yes.
Okay, GM, to continue with my line of questions. How do we communicate with them? And how do we see their presence on Earth?
They are reachable by the lightship contacts and connections through the Art of Life 172 exercise. That's why I said I keep repeating this information that these angels of Supreme Light release their lightship contacts and connection in way of an art called the Art of Life 172. So it is an art that will align you with the highest vibrations of the advanced universe that can open up your energy centers or your psychic centers. So you will be able to see them by your naked eyes in the skies.
GM, I know some of the questions are repeated from the last show as well. It's just for the sake of the new listeners right now. It's also good because I know each time I ask you the questions, you come up with more of the answers. So I'm going to ask you again, how are they going to appear?
They're going to appear in the skies in lightship forms, very visible by the naked eyes.
How do we know? How do we know that what we are seeing in the skies are really the angels of Daystar Command, or are they the angels, or the angels of the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light? How do we know that they are the real deal?
As I said, that their energy is very perceivable by the use of the Art of Life 172 exercise. But without the system of the Art of Life 172 exercise, sightings of light ships or objects in the skies may be misleading. Why? Because it may be just an airplane or anything made up of metallic material. So we cannot assure if those are just made up of metallic materials from this planet. So that's why the necessity to accept or to know their release lightship contacts and connection, which is the Art of Life 172, because that exercise is really intended to perceive and to realize their presence, their nature of life and life.
GM, of course, it is very, very important to stress to the listeners the answer for this question I'm going to ask you. What is the use of doing the exercise of the Art of Life 1 to 72?
Okay, the ultimate use of this Art of Life 172 is to be able to ascend life into the higher dimension or into the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light. The people may call it paradise. Then there are many benefits you can gain doing this exercise, and as well as awareness to know angels of supreme light, to get into their advanced connection, to develop the physical and the spiritual body, to activate the energy centers of the body. This is also to attain your deepest soul realization and to arrange your life into the final ascension and to the advanced universe or advanced dimension. Then doing this exercise will open up your heart wisdom. You will attain wisdom and you can overcome all your human weaknesses. You know yourself because as you think, as we perceive, people are longing to know themselves because it's the lesson in life, to know your real self. And finally, as I said, to ascend life into the family of the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light.
Yes, GM. How true. GM, there are so many out there. I mean, we're only just starting our radio shows. This is the third one. And although you had been telling the people in the Philippines for quite a few years now, but there's so many out there in the whole wide world who probably would not have the opportunity and the luck that we do to be associated with you, to know about the angels of supreme light. So what's going to happen to the people who will never get to know about the angels of supreme light and their messages? Because they will never get to know the messages of the angels of supreme light. Some of them out there.
I would say the person may find difficult way to ascend their life and to the supreme reality, because power K now for our ascension and to the best of soul realization is the knowing of the angels of supreme light. Because nowadays there are so many angels, but the people are not aware of the angels of supreme light having supreme authority as well. So there are many angels, and if we do not know the angels of supreme light, we will find it very difficult to realize the noblest reasons in life, and as well as the true ascension into the higher dimension.
Yes, GM. We are talking about the true ascension. Well, in the past radio shows, you did say that there could be a false ascension. So when exactly is the real final ascension going to occur?
The final ascension, I will just say first the process of ascension. It will occur when the rest three branches of Daystar command will come into operation of ascending the planet, because this is the message of Divine Supreme Master of Wisdom, Daystar. And as I said, that Divine Master of Wisdom, Daystar, refers to the super light nature of Archangel Michael. So it is his super light name, Archangel Michael. And they are coming, these three branches of Daystar command, especially the Hilarium Gideon command, that were given already their signal. They are coming, so but I do not know when.
Okay, so which will occur first, GM? The coming of the three branches of Daystar command, or the Dominion implementation of the deceitful aliens or angels of lost command? Which will occur?
There are lost commands working with their agenda for power dominion. So there are also angels with very high abilities, high spirit power. So clearly the implementation of the alien dominion on Earth will come first, as they are given very short term to choose whether they will get back into the line of the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light, or will continue the implementations of their agenda. And what that agenda is, agenda for power dominion over all the creations of the universe. So that's why I would say, even though the people will invoke the free will aspect, but so many things that we need to realize now in these days where we are going to ascend. And if we know the place where we are supposedly going to ascend, so what we will do in order to arrange our life so that we can truly ascend into that higher dimension.
Right. Bro, Jan, I think you have some questions for GM for the next line of questions. Would you like to?
Yes, okay. We'll go a little off track a little bit, because I would like to ask him concerning the implementations of the deceitful aliens. Are you referring to what we call the mass landings of the so-called aliens? Most of the light workers are spreading this teachings that there will be a mass landing of the so-called aliens, such as the Syrians, Pleiadians, Arcturians, that would initiate a global, shall we say, a global utopia in this planet. So are you referring that these are the implementations of the deceitful aliens, not of the Daystar command?
When I speak of implementation of dominion of alien, so I would not intend to say a particular group. I will just say that there are two kinds of aliens, the good and the bad aliens. Like us, we are people in the earth. So we can be as well aliens to some other beings within this planet Earth. We have different dimensions, but our awareness by this time do not know that there are other existence of life. And many of us do not accept this reality in life. But once we go into the inner study school of the sacred spiritual science. So we will discover and realize that there are beings as well, not necessarily like us, but still within the planet. So they can be aliens as well. So as I said, there are two kinds of aliens, not just only in the planet, as well as also in other planets coming from the far planets. So I would just say to that questions from you, there are two kinds of aliens. The angels having authorities of the dark side from the lost command, they are the ones that will implement. But I doubt now if the people realize this earlier as now, where they are going to ascend life. Either they will be in the alien side, alien technology, or into the superpower light, because both of this union of light are claiming the light. But in what way that the people can really ascend into the supreme source of light or supreme source of authority? That's why I said people would like to invoke the free will aspect. But now, even we do not say free will aspect, but everyone is in the abundance of the human weaknesses, which is the will is always overcome by the human weaknesses. So there's no real free will aspect that is now really respected in this planet by reason of this planet is very tricky, built up with many karmic colors. So that's why realization is very important now.
Soul realization. Okay,
Yes.
and this next question is this. Is there a God? Do you believe in God, or is there a God?
Yes, there is God. For many common people in the religion, there is God. And of course, for the non-believers in the philosophy of God, we will just say that the cause and reasons upon all things subsist, nature itself, for the civilization under the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light, the Supreme Council of Iquis Iquis Inipurnalis. The Supreme Council of Iquis Iquis Inipurnalis, that is the supreme councils of all the angels of supreme light. So when I speak of angels of supreme light, they are super light in nature.
Okay, so what is their supreme authority? Does it cover everything in creation and beyond cosmos, creation systems?
Beyond cosmos, because so many universe than the things and anything that we can see in their eyes in the cosmos are so many reality in life which our human mind now could not yet grasp. But once we grow into the inner study school of the sacred spiritual science, then the angel will bring us into that dimension so that we can open up our knowledge, our realization that there are so many universes beyond the imagination of the human beings.
Okay, what about the higher beings outside the hierarchy of the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light? What about them?
There is none. It is only the Supreme Council of Iquis Iquis Inipurnalis. The spelling of Iquis Iquis Inipurnalis, IXIS Inipurnalis, or the Supreme Council, as I said, the Supreme Council of the angels of the supreme light. That is why there are lost command, because they are outside from this governance of supreme light. And this Supreme Council of Iquis Iquis Inipurnalis is the highest authority among all the powers of all the universes.
So is it safe to say that any of those who are in the lost command, who are rebelled against the Iquis Iquis Inipurnalis, is it safe to say that these belong to the dark side?
Yes, because they belong in the dark side, in the bad side, because they are outside and they are lost command.
Okay, so is there life in each star?
I will answer that question in actual inner study school of the sacred spiritual science. So once a person will go deeper on their inner research, so positively, yes, there are so many lives in the stars. So planets and stars have life designed to exist in it. In fact, not just in the planets and stars, there are kinds of life. But even in the worlds outside stars are so many civilizations of life.
Why does science find it difficult to discover any life form in each star?
That is a very nice question. This is also the message of the angels of supreme light, that if our human understanding and the system that we do, our research and discovery, will be integrated with the spiritual science so we can speed up the process of awakening and as well as the progress of our ascension. So in answer to that question, it is because material science is controlled within the limits of the human mind. Diverse frequency of energy in its dimension, spirally revealing the inner secrets of planets, its universe. So now science and Earth evolved slow in discovering life in the many stars.
Is there a concrete proof of the presence of the higher beings, especially the angels of the Supreme Light?
Yes, that's why we are always passing this message to the friends, brothers and sisters following the revelations of the angels of the Supreme Light, that they should observe the actual lightship contacts and connections of the Art of Life 172, because during the exercise of the Art of Life 172, they really appear in the skies without fail. So that means to say that is a solid evidence of their presence. That's why in 2008, when I brought this message to the site at daystarcommand.com, I was always inviting people, even skeptical people, to observe. Then do not make your own conclusion, to allow your mind to expand. Realization. Just observe, then you will see the true meaning and the reality of our message. The message from the angels of the Supreme Light. Because as I said, they are going to appear in the skies. So that's why for all people that would like to make a documentary, so why not to start your activities with just an observation of the angels' lightship contacts and connection. Then after you can observe, then try to make your own conclusion. So in our part, we do not conclude, we do not enforce, we do not as well influence your will or your mind, but just make documentary, just make your personal observations of the activities, then you will see their presence. So that is a solid evidence, their presence in the skies, visible by your naked eyes.
Okay, so most of us, when we were taught when we were young that angels are basically with wings, flapping around the clouds, playing harp, and so on and so forth. So this line of question pertains to that, okay? What are the difference between the angels of the Supreme Superlight, or DC, and the common angels that people usually adhere to or think of, usually in the world, especially those in religions?
Okay, so the angels of Superlight or Daystar Command is a hierarchy of supreme authority. While the common angels, ever called by the people, may either be beings from higher dimensions, aliens, extraterrestrial beings, but not necessarily in the type of supreme authority. Then the angels of Daystar Command are all Superlight from, I would say, from the invisible Radam universe. So that's why for message that there is mass landing, the message of Daystar Command did not really say there is mass landing, because there is a precise way how they can get closer with the humanity in Earth. Well, the common angels, ever told by the many people, mediums or channelers or contactees, may just be elemental beings, but not really superlight beings. So those are just the major things or major descriptions I can differentiate the angels between angels of the Supreme Light and those the common angels mentioned by the common people.
Okay, what about the guardian angels that most people talk about? Could you classify this kind of beings?
The guardian angels, it depends as well, because we have a precise guardian angel at our precise Stargate portal connections. So that means to say, there are lessons in life that the people should realize. So why so many people are depressed of their failures, praying to God, but the common prayers were not answered? That's because they are not connected to their precise guardian angel and to their precise spiritual master. That's why it is always wisdom that will matter in knowing and in discerning the advanced lessons of life. That is the knowing of your real you.
Okay, so what about an angel in the nature of the superlight body, or a Daystar Command angel or a supreme superlight angel? Can they make trance into a human physical body? through a medium or a psychic?
Absolutely no. As I explained this to many of my lectures regarding trance, medium system, because any carbon-based life foundation will not survive an extremely powerful energy, much even brighter than or hotter than light of the sun. This is also because the reason why the angels of supreme light are showing their presence in the skies in lightship form and release their lightship contacts and connections in a way of exercise called the Art of Life 172. Because the human body cannot really survive super light energies. So it is very impossible that the angels of supreme light, having super light nature of life, can make trance to a person. But there is a system. It's not a
So in
kind
other
of
words,
trance.
if I hear someone, a medium or a psychic, channeling, say, Archangel Michael or Lucifer, even Lucifer, we can clearly say that that spirit that guy or person is channeling is not the actual Archangel Michael. Is it safe to say that?
It is not the actual Archangel Michael, Supreme Akada Star, Master of Wisdom, Supreme Akada Star, in the super light nature, in the supreme union of super light authority. So it's not. So maybe another Archangel Michael from another dimension, but not from the super light union or supreme authority.
So in short,
Yeah.
it's possible that they can also deceive people listening to those mediums and psychics and trances.
There are so many deceitful, powerful spirits nowadays. So that's why the lessons in life is always in the principle of spiritual martial arts. You must discern, you must examine what kind of nature are those spirits that you are in connection with. So when I say there are Archangel Michaels from the different dimensions as well, that is true, because even in the astral dimension are so many souls having the illusions that they are Archangel Michael, and they go connections to any person in the human world having compatibility with their vibration so that they can as well channel their message. They are claiming they are Archangel Michael, but the fact they do not know what's going on now in the real sense for final preparation of life to ascend into the supreme source of light.
Okay, so if these angels or the supreme superlight angels have the ability to fly or travel or teleport themselves anywhere around the cosmos, why do they need lightship vehicles?
They use lightships to cover the real superlight nature. Practically, they do not use lightship as means of transport that they can traverse anywhere. They can travel anywhere in any dimension beyond the speed of human thoughts. So certainly, they use this lightship to cover their fantastic energy, which positively very far tolerable than any carbon-based life foundation. They finally reveal themselves, let's say time has come. They are finally revealing themselves. So that means to say the final ascension of this planet has come. And they are giving now their signals that they are coming. So this message now is an awakening for everybody to realize. But first, of course, we must notice this message. An awakening for everybody to realize, because there are so many things people should realize to make their soul becomes ready for the final day of the final planet, of the final ascension of the life and nature of the planet.
Okay, so when are they going to reveal themselves? Do you know anything about this?
Sort of strange questions, but of course they're certainly going to reveal themselves to the people on earth, because the time will come on earth that the earth will reap, and time is coming for the harvest of the earth. It's about to ripe now, which means the final day for the planet's ascension into the supreme nature of light is now about to occur. Then should the people now make aware of this realization, of this information, and should now wake up with the best realization to the ultimate truth of the life's final destiny. So must now arrange life into the next higher progression of life's existence.
Okay, did the angels give a specific date for their revelation?
There is none specific date except that the day will come like a thief. Then those that can align with their shielding will see life, will ascend life into the higher dimension, so they can find their final deliverance of life from the bondage of the human weaknesses, from the many trials of life in these planes of existence. No more human weaknesses, but people will experience eternity of life without any more pains.
To align with the angels of the Supreme Light or Daystar Command, is it essential for ascension?
Absolutely yes, because the process of ultimate ascension is a revolution of cosmic energy in the planet, where heavens will disappear and will hear some roar. So the elements shall be destroyed by fire, and the earth and everything done in it will be laid bare. And those kind of people ought to be saved from this cosmic revolution of energy are those that can get shelter with the shielding of lightships of the angels of supreme light.
So in other words, if we're going to connect ourselves under the banner of the angels of the Supreme Superlight or Daystar Command, we will no longer undergo all of these cataclysms that are about to happen in this planet.
We will be brought into a safety place. We will be rescued. We will not experience those horrible things.
Okay, so that's comforting. So, well, that's a kind of a scary thought, that's a scary information. Is it? What do you think, Grandmaster?
Yeah, actually, if we face the reality, but of course, with our human understanding, those are horrible information. But if we can open up our heart wisdom or our spiritual wisdom, it's not horrible at all to face ultimate reality in life, wherein some life will start to realize noble and ultimate reasons in life. Soul maturity finally demands now to realize, to confront the life's greatest fears. For after all, when just a person will realize this, it is much horrible state in life to remain within the bondage of many human weaknesses. You can see what's going on now in the world. There's so much negativity. The aging process of man will never stop. All the crimes taking place every second, every minute, every hour, every day. The killing of life, both people and animals. So much killing inflicted against life, against the divine Mother Nature itself. The slavery of the poor, hunger, illnesses, corruption, war, calamities, and many more. All these inequities now you can observe in the world, and those are torturing life in this kind of karmic world. And this is not the kind of life that the Supreme Source, the people may call it God, that would like us to live life. So life in earth must have final deliverance from bondage of many human weaknesses. So that's why there is the necessity for the final ascension. And this is now the greatest chance for everybody to realize that the angels of the Supreme Light are guiding us concretely by their presence in lightship forms in the skies and very visible by our naked eyes through their given system of lightship contacts and connection.
Okay, so did the ancient people, those peoples of the ancient world, observe this phenomena of the Supreme Superlight Angels, or is this a very recent phenomena?
No, this is not recent phenomena or just newly discovered by the people when it comes to the angels of Supreme Light. The ancient people do not call them lightship the way we call them now as angels of Supreme Light, because ancient people had witnessed their presence in the past as these angels of Supreme Light manifested, not just today, but even from the very ancient time. But only the ancient writers of the Bible did not call them angels of super light bodies or angels of supreme authority, Daystar Command, but they simply described them into fire, chariot of fire, clouds of fire, and etc. They had described any light that they saw into fire. So this is not just supposedly new information, but only because of so many ancient knowledge had lost their presence in the skies, seemingly very new. But of course, the revelations of 7 commands or 7 branches of the Daystar Command can be categorically said newly released because this is actually a new setup of a certain purpose for the ascension.
So why is that?
The age of evolution and revolution of inner knowledge, the revelation of the spiritual dimension, so is the in the human world. And the common writers of the Bible did not understand what they saw in the past, but they just described and wrote that they heard or what they saw.
Okay, is there a necessity for all human beings to know angels of the supreme light?
Absolutely yes, because the summit of the planet and all life is into the supreme source of light, which means the planet will revolve into a star planet, which all the nature of life are advanced form of light.
Okay, you mean to say, does this newly revealed information of the angels of the supreme light will contradict the foundation of any religion and foundations of spiritual principles?
No, but instead this information will supplement the explanation of ultimate truth to be finally discerned by the people on its deepest meaning. This is the reason why each people now must work and arrange life for inner cause and reasons of life. If you are a religious fanatic, try to read 2 Peter 3 verse 10 and Sophonias 1 verse 18 and contemplate what is said with that verse by the wisdom of your soul. You will see and you will realize as well if you are in occult or esoteric science or in the college of mystery, you can listen up with your inner self and realize your soul how it will truly perceive the ultimate truth. Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known.
Okay, so how to effectively prepare for life, for the final ascension? How do we do that?
Activate your heart wisdom. That is very necessary. And it is done by activating your psychic centers or energy centers of the body, chakras. Then know the angels of the supreme light, Daystar command. Then expand your connections with advanced elemental union and your connections with the celestial and angelic kingdoms through lightship contacts and connections in the exercise of the art called the Art of Life 172.
Okay, what do you mean by advanced elemental union?
Advanced elemental union, it is your life's connection with the Morka universe or the 15th elemental dimensions of the cosmos. So, everything that you will see in your naked eyes belong to the Morka universe. It is this in the Morka, there is multi-dimensional levels of life's connectivity. In Earth, it is your life's connection with the Belhanrim and the Munhanrim civilization.
GM, it's me
Yes.
here. I know we have written some information about what you just mentioned, Belhanrim, Munhanrim. You're talking about the Belhanrim and Munhanrim civilization now. May I ask, what is Belhanrim and Munhanrim from your own mouth, GM?
Okay, so the Belhanrim, the Munhanrim are higher beings in the higher dimensions of the Morka universe. So I said 15th elemental dimension. So we human beings in the 15th elemental dimensions and the 14th as well, seemingly like same frequency with ours. So still human dimensions, but that is part of the secret of this universe. Wherein to realize the information would need actual training in the inner study school or actual inner discovery. But Belhanrim refers to the male ray or to the masculine energy. And then the Munhanrim, that refers to the female ray or the divine feminine. Both are beings of the advanced energies at the center of the planet. So people are talking about center of the planet, hollow earth, the higher dimension, inner world. So those advanced dimensions of the universe, they are not actually fairies, but much far, very advanced among all the fairies and the human beings in the earth. Those are called the Belhanrim and the Munhanrim beings.
Jim, they do not take physical form, do they? I mean, as we are showing this picture of the Belhanrim on the website, it's just this ray of light, but I can see the eyes, the nose, and sort of like...
Yes,
the
then
mouth.
that is Belhanrim. Then the only reason that those are not very clear in our side, that's because the frequency is not match up with our frequency. But anyone that can match up the frequency of the energy can really see their figure. They are very beautiful, wherein we can say all the beauties that a person is longing. That's why there is a need to realize, to align those energies, the human energy with their energy, so that we can harmonize our energy, then we can be in harmony with them.
Wow. GM, when you see them with your eyes, your own eyes, you actually see the perfection of like a human form in the Belhanrim, the Munhanrim?
Yes, you can find anyone that will successfully discover the inner secret of the advanced universe, and the Belhanrim and the Munhanrim connection will see perfection.
Wow. And when we are ascending, when we ascend, we will be in that kind of perfection as well, GM?
Yes, basically we are in that perfection. That's why the angels of Supreme Light, through Supreme Master of Wisdom, Divine Daystar, or the Super Light body of Archangel Michael, is giving the lessons, the length of the ISS, so that we will discover the other connected bodies. So we have another body in the Belhanrim or Munhanrim dimension, then as well as we have ultimate body, which is super light, and spiritual dimension in the Supreme Light.
Okay, right. It's like we are coming to the break time now. So I was just, give me a moment to see if Dave would want us to stop for a 5-minute break. Dave? Or do we continue with our next question? Okay, Dave probably is taking a toilet break, a party break, so we say. Well, in that case, I will just continue with the next question. And I would like to know, GM, what are the precise messages of the angels of Supreme Light for the people here to ascend in certainty for our ascension?
The precise messages are to activate connections. This is always repeated. To activate connections with the angels of the Supreme Union. Certainly, angels of Supreme Light, Daystar Command, through their released lightship contacts and connections, start of life, 172. Then realize life, and the life's highest connectivity with all the stars, with all the lights. Then help increase and balance the energy of life and nature and the planet by causing the establishment of the angels of Supreme Light, spiritual energy stations in Earth.
All right. GM, thank you for the wonderful answers to the questions that we had for you. I think it's time now for Mr. Dave Corso, to take us off so we can have our 5-minute break, so we can grab a cup of coffee and listeners can go to the toilet, and then we will be back on again. Okay, Dave, take us off now. Thank you.
Radio.
To continue with the questions, yeah.
Welcome back, folks, to Hour 2. You're live, by the way.
Hi, you're listening to Tweeting of InnerSenseInnovations.com, presenting the True Ascension series on Wolf Spirit Radio. Welcome back, listeners. And to the new listeners, well, we've been on a bit on the question and answers with our beloved Grandmaster Pyram Solom. I am going to continue with the line of question with him, because those of you who have been listening in will be impatiently awaiting what next. Okay, the next question, GM, for you is, what is the spiritual energy station of the angels of supreme light all about? What is the spiritual energy station of the angels of the supreme light all about?
Okay, so that's a very nice question, because this information actually is very important and even just necessary that we can share this with all the brothers and sisters, so that they can start to realize, to open up their realization with this inner connection. So the angels of supreme light length, that is the spiritual energy stations, which will be established by Daystar command or angels of supreme light in any particular site to serve as tool on bridging advanced connection of the angels of supreme light or Daystar command to the people in earth. In places where there are spiritual energy stations of the Daystar command or angels of supreme light, those are also places where people in earth can quickly activate their advanced elemental, celestial, and angelic connections. So those are also places that the angels of supreme light will be permanently become visible by the naked eyes to every person every time there is exercise of the art of life 172. So this spiritual energy stations will serve as an ascension tool of the persons. But we cannot establish these spiritual energy stations. But we can cause this spiritual energy station to be established by doing the angels release lightship contacts and connection. The exercise of the art 172.
Oh yes, GM, that is really awesome. I personally witnessed that when we do the exercises, the Art of Life exercises, that is kind of like a transmitter of a connection with the Supreme Super Light Angels, and we could really suddenly see them in the midst of the exercise. It's amazing. So, GM, the next question is, who are those that can really serve life for the final call on ushering life to ascend into the supreme source of light?
They are the ones that will accept the angels release lightship contacts and connections called the Art of Life 172. Why? Because there is a real precise system on how to arrange life into the final ascension into the higher planes of existence. It is not just to wait, but to do actions to realize the ultimate truth of the advanced universe. That means to say we have to expand our realization by expanding as well our advanced connection with the Supreme Source.
Right. GM, I just want to ask, is it easy to ascend life into the Supreme Source of Light? Is it simple or is it difficult?
For people that can align, then will accept the message of the highest source of light, it is very simple. It is just by simply learning lessons of the angels' lightship contacts and connections. As easy as that.
Oh, but why, GM? How is it that it's so simple?
Because now life in earth is about to enter into its final cycle of revolution, where what is needed by the human beings now who had already done so many lessons in life, so many experiences from the thousands of years, thousands of lives reincarnation in the many different worlds. Now just simply what is needed is activation of its inner knowledge. All those experiences from the thousands of incarnations or reincarnations in earth had been done. So what is needed, as I said, is now is just an activation. We will not repeat all those sacrifices in the past. But what we need is activation, because every experience of life in the past are already written in the book of life and even in the future. So that means to say, every journeying soul in the planet had already experienced so many lessons in life and their many past life's experiences. Well, all those experiences are good and bad, of devotions, sacrifices, knowledge, gain, wisdom, realization, light service, and all are put in the book of life, as I said. In Cebuano, we call that libro sa kinabuhi. So that is book of life. And it's
GM, say that again,
life.
please. In Cebuano, how do you say that?
Libro sa kinabuhi. So in English, book of life.
Wow, it's so beautiful.
On the final days of life's deliverance, everyone is given the best option in life by the Supreme Source to ascend life back into the highest source, where all is needed is simply the complete surrender of life into the Supreme Source of light. You may call it God, through the angels of the Supreme Light. That is the requirement. That is the requirement now. Then as you see, it is very simple. It is simply getting back into the Supreme Source of light through the released lightship contacts and connection. That is our tool that we can ascend into the Supreme Light connection. Then by as well releasing life from the so much bondage of sacrifice and dogmas. So this is a very simple realization supposedly, that what is now needed is the practicality in life, not much more dogmas or sacrifice, because the people are already suffering from so many sacrifices in the earth. Then the angels are given the best opportunity that we will just align. Then we will be supported by the divine connections of these angels of Supreme Union.
Mm-hmm. Right. Jim, can I ask you the next question? No?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Would there be ways for the people to deliberately ascend live into the higher dimension prior to the final day set for the final ascension of the planet?
Yes, there are many ways, but all of those ways are in the union of the Supreme Light connection. So when I speak of Supreme Light connection, it is positively in the angels of the Supreme Light. Because as I said, there are so many angels now in the world, and there are so many angels that do not know where is the precise way of true ascension, because they are the angels that do not accept the supreme governance of light. So they are in the lost command.
All right, that's what you meant by the lost command. Jim, everybody wants shortcuts. So what is the simplest procedure now?
Getting into the sacred portal.
All right, and where is the sacred portal to be found?
If a person would like to ascend into the city of light, so at the center of the universe, the sacred portal can be found in the site where there are caves, and the rest are in the elements of nature. So if the people will be ready on this very necessary information for ascension, so ask your guidance when you are ready to find this reality, sacred portals.
All
Because the
right.
answer of this question is a certain lesson.
Mm-hmm. GM, it's now almost 8:20 my time, that is, so we have only about 40 minutes left. I was wondering if you would like to stop here to take question and answers from the listeners who would like to call in, because I can see that there are quite a few questions already that have been posted on the chat. So would you want me to continue with the line of question, or would you like to take calls from the listeners now?
Let you decide. I'll let you decide. Yes, because I will be flexible by this
Wonderful.
time.
Our line of question for the next show, huh, GM? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, GM. Okay, because I could see that the listeners are getting a little impatient. They want to come in and they want to call in and ask you questions personally. I do see here a chat question. I would like to take this first before I open the lines for the listeners to call in. Somebody, the name VUG, he or she says, I missed much of the show. My question is, are there such a thing as totem creatures? Totem, like the totem pole of the Red Indians? I feel mine is dragonfly, to see through the life's illusion.
GM, naaba ko no'y kwan kaning gitawag nila totem creatures o totem nga mga mananap. Kwan GM ba kanang the problem with this question is that we don't have totem creatures here in the Philippines, and I don't know if
just describe.
Okay, GM, ang totem creatures GM kay kana bitong gabuhaton bito sa mga American Indians nga ang eagle ga-symbolize ana, ang bear ga-symbolize ana, ang mountain lion ga-symbolize ana. Ang iya kuno GM, ang iya kunong totem creature kuno kay dragonfly. Kay ang dragonfly kuno makakita kuno sa mga kwan illusion kuno.
I must, GM, before you answer, I just want to explain to listeners that Adrian de la Sona Yan is GM's translator, and he interprets the questions to GM in Visayan language now. GM, are you ready to?
The angels of supreme light are not actually using symbology. It will discern what's now the present symbols given in everyone's knowledge.
Such a thing as totem creatures, and I feel mine is dragonfly, to see through life's illusion. It's not clear. It's just that, Yeah. Well, anyway, whoever you are who asked this question, you may call in, okay? You may call in and explain to GM what you are asking exactly. We have a call-in number. I'm going to open the lines now for listeners to call in to directly ask GM through the call-in number. Is 1-775-657-5973. Please call in, and if you do not call in now, I will have to take other calls. Dave, we can open the lines now. Thanks. Do we have any calls? I can hear.
If you have a caller, I pull them in, but there's some interesting questions come out of my chat room.
Okay, right. But we don't have a caller right now, right? So unless I get this... Right. While we are waiting, I guess we can continue, GM, with my line of question, unless we do get a caller right now.
Yes.
Because Dave has opened the line for callers. And since View didn't call through to clarify his question about the dragonfly. Well, he did. Okay, he says he feels that it is his connection or her connection, with this connection. That's still not very clear. Okay, that's exactly what he typed in. I feel it is my connection.
Anyway, in some other system, we have connections to the immortal from higher dimensions, such as dragons, lions, eagle. So there are immortals from the higher dimensions. That's right. What are existing now in this planet and the third dimensions are also existing in higher dimensions, but those kind of life are immortals. Then people have connectivities with those higher beings. Then in fact, if you use those energies in advanced lessons of martial arts, you can get those energies or power for your skills. And many of the martial artists in the world are using those systems of getting energies from the immortal beings, from the animals, from higher dimensions. So they are doing trance with those animals from the higher dimensions. But except there is a big difference when it comes to the revelations now with the angels of supreme light, because we are advised to go beyond trance or medium system. We must go now into the extra large, because the planet now demands extra large.
Yes, of course, Jim. Well, we have a caller waiting, but I hope, View, that GM has answered your question that you text on the Skype chat. And then, if that's so, then we'll move on. We have our first caller. May I have your first name, please?
Well, actually, it is Vuk. My given name is Diana.
Oh, that's you. Right. Thank you for calling in. Viona, is that your first name?
Diana.
Diana, all right. Yes. Thank you, Diana, for calling in. May I have your area code, please?
908.
908. Lovely. And do you want to ask another question? If that is not clear, would you like to clarify that question that you asked earlier, Diana?
Well, I had to step away from the computer, so I didn't really hear the answer, but I believe I perceived plenty of it. I chose the nickname Voog because it says cave with crystal. Like, oh, I like that. And I'm a Virgo.
Would you like to address this question of yours to GM Pyram Solom?
Would I like to address...
You want to say hi to him and ask him directly now? He's listening.
Certainly. Well, years ago, I'll preface it with a little bit of a story. I never heard of totem creatures until about 10 years ago. I've always loved dragonfly, and I noticed about 10 years ago, when I was beginning more of my search for truth, a dragonfly would appear as a creature or wallpaper. Everywhere I looked, there was a representation of dragonfly. So I looked it up, and it said, seeing through the illusion of life. I said, oh, I like that. So to me, dragonfly does represent connection with with source. So I just wanted to know, was it my imagination, was it my ego, or is there something to that? That was what I meant.
GM, were you able to hear what Diana was saying?
Yes. We have advanced connection with higher dimension. Then as I perceive based on her connection, based on your energy and your advanced connection with higher dimension, actually it will start with imagination, but those are not actually your imagination because partly you're activated with your advanced connection. We'll just say 20 to 25%, so that means to say you can perceive, then you can see vision of those dragonfly. So there is true dragon, there is true animal in higher dimensions wherein any person has connection. Then basically in the study, especially in medium system, if you study in the system of an art, just like for example, martial arts, so you can use those energy. Then anticipate that connection if you have that connection, but do not go into the medium system of activation because that is dangerous. Because we have those connections from the higher beings, not necessarily in animal form. Higher beings as well in higher dimension can appear in animal form. Then in what way that they are going to transmit their connection, so they will appear as if dragon, lion, eagle, leopard, all those have reality. But reality with that will always depend on your discernment of your advanced connection and as well the precise system how you are going to activate your advanced connection with higher dimensions through that link given in your vision. It is not just mere imagination without precise aim, because that is done by your guardian angel or by your higher life's connection from the higher dimension.
I thank you so much for your love, everyone. I am going to
You're welcome.
And get back to the computer.
I can perceive your energy. Your energy is good, but go deeper with that connection. It will lead you into your final path of destiny, final destiny in life. Of course, we should be having precise guidance from the ultimate source. That is very important because you are with that strong connection. So that means to say, the negative energies as well from other side in your life surroundings have to influence as well in your way of your final activation. But always use energy from higher dimensions. Then the dragon energy is a very strong energy wherein if you will discover how to use those energy in the precise system of activation, you will see how you will go quickly with your activation. Then it will change your life into the so much better vibration in life.
Okay,
Yes.
so all I need to do is ask for divine guidance and accept it when I recognize it.
Diana, it's quite faint, you know. You need to speak up a little, but I think GM got what you're saying. Have you got are you happy with the answers GM has given you? And I think he went further than that as well. He also did a reading on your energy stream. Aren't you lucky?
Yes, I'm quite pleased.
But I would add, the vigor in your heart and your heart activation will lead you into the deeper discovery of your dragon energy, dragonfly energy. So that means to say, if you can activate your heart vigor, heart wisdom, so just rid of the many, just like for example, problems or heart problem, but change it into all positive vibrations, then you will see how you speed up with your spiritual realization and discovery.
Wow, that is profound, GM. Diana, you got more than your answers now, and I would recommend that you go to our website, innovations.com. Go and explore GM's teachings and the messages from the Supreme Superlight Angels, and you will get so much help there. Align you.
By the way, is there any other caller so that if we can still continue with the questions and answers
Sure.
of the Angels of Supreme?
Right.
But if there is
GM.
another caller, so we will try to entertain our callers.
Sure. We will continue with the line of questioning. Yeah. And thank you, Diana. We hope to, we hope that you will continue listening while we get on with the line of questioning now. GM? Okay.
Yes.
So why is there one system to unite all light workers in the world in serving light for the final ascension of life into the Supreme Source? Is this the one only system to unite all light workers?
When it comes to the Supreme Authority, which is the Angels of Supreme Light, they give one system. Because there is only one sun core, or one grid of ultimate light, one light. That means to say, the one lesson of simplicity, one goal and one art of life, 172. But it has so many lessons, complete lessons for the ascension of life into the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light. This is not to disregard all the rest systems, were precisely very useful too. But the Angels of Supreme Light has released their lightship contacts and connections. So for all who are into this connection, will not be confused with various instructions coming from different unreliable sources of ascension information. Well, just imagine a single truth, which requires merely a single clear instruction to fulfill. But you describe it with thousands of different explanations. So ascension requires only a single clear truth of definite connection.
That makes so much sense, GM. But in any case, just for the sake of the listener, I just want to ask this. Is there any other option available?
Actually, there's none. Anyone that will choose to go beyond the illusions of time and from the bondage of many sacrifices must come into the union of the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light through the angels of Daystar command. And to go in this connection is to do the exercise of the art of life 172, because that is their release lightship contacts and connection.
Jim, is there a true mass landing of light ships on Earth, as the many of the channeled messages had pointed out to the light working communities? Is it true that there will be mass landing?
Mass landing, as I said, there is none. The angels of the Supreme Light cannot do mass landing by this time, because if they will do that, that means to say this planet will be burned up with fire. So, but except for the airplanes, for the flying saucers, for the metallic materials or alien technologies, they can do mass landing because those came from this planet. And even that those not coming from another planet.
Right, GM. So
But actually,
there's another caller. Okay, we have a caller from New Jersey. Yeah, Virginia. But it is not appearing on my screen. But in any case, if Dave has taken the caller in, then please
She
speak up.
already had her question answered.
Oh, that's the one. Good.
Yes.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, okay. Jan, that's the one caller who had called, and we have finished with the answer for her. So that's fine. Then we will continue, right?
yes. Okay.
Right. So, GM, you're saying that there's no mass landing of lightships of the Daystar Command on Earth. Okay. So what about our star brothers? They are our ET connections, star brothers?
Yes, we human beings on Earth are the star brothers by ourselves. We came from the different stars before we were born on Earth. And before our stars were born, we came from the void. And before we came from the void, we came from the Amestra universe. That's why this is also a very important subject for us to realize, especially when we want to assert or to help the ascension development of life of this planet into the advanced universe. We may call it into the fifth dimension. That star brothers, we by ourselves are the star brothers by ourselves.
All right, Jim. So, how are the Star Brothers and Sisters, or the ETs, as they all know it, as the light working community know it? How are they present with the Supreme Superlight Angels?
Regards the star brothers or ETs, so yes, there are higher beings far advanced than human beings visiting the Earth.
Mm-hmm. And
But of course,
We have another
still
caller
do
who wants to come in.
all right, okay. Yeah, well, let's welcome the caller before I proceed with the other question. Hi,
She's not
first
here
name.
yet. You
Okay.
have to look at the little phone up there that's ringing. Now, Tracy, you're here.
Hi, Tracy. Yeah, I could see your name here on my Skype window, so I don't need to ask for your first name. May I have your area code, please, Tracy?
She's not. She's calling in through Skype.
Okay.
I'm in Canada.
Hi, Tracy. Are you
Hi.
from Canada? That's lovely. You have a question for GM Pyram?
I do, and I've really enjoyed your show today. I wanted to tell you guys that. I have a question. When we're talking about, when you're both talking about our brothers, the ones that will come, are you looking at them as off-planet or more kind of interdimensional beings that have always been here, like we have?
GM?
Okay, so with regards star brothers, when I said in our planet we have star brothers, we ourselves, people themselves are star brothers. Then outside our planet, from another planet, there are also star brothers because there are lives existing in another planet. Every planet has higher dimension. There are also life outside from this third dimension. In our planet, in some other planet, there are lives from higher dimension, advanced dimension. Those are mingled now in our planet. So they are higher beings which is in and out from the human world. They came from the advanced dimension, then they visit in this dimension, third dimension. From this dimension, go back to their dimension. So that means to say, so many beings belong to the advanced are visiting our human dimension, but not necessarily they came from another planet, another stars, but just from this planet, higher dimensions.
So different, but family.
Tracy's asking, are they families? Are they related to us?
Yes, they are our lives connectivity. They are our families. That's why this is the message now of the Supreme Light. The expansion of our lives connection with the advanced elemental dimension. So our expansion with our consciousness, energy, light, and life. So that Our star brothers as well, extraterrestrial beings or aliens, will expand their realization that we both are having one connection, and our ultimate connection is the supreme source of light and the final deliverance of all of us, both people in the earth, people in some other planets, they may be called extraterrestrial beings or ETs, aliens, will go back into the basic, and this basic is into the ultimate source of supreme light, which is now revealed as supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light.
Tracy,
Thank you.
have you got your answers there? Are you happy with it? Would you like to ask another question, or shall I just move on?
I'm very happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. It's lovely having you here, Tracy.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Right. GM, do we continue with the line of question now? We only have about, less than 15 minutes left. So we will get on to the next question, shall we? Jan, would you like to take the next line of question?
Okay, concerning the ascension process, okay, what is the simplest procedure to attain it, to do it?
The simplest lessons, as I said, learn the art of life 172, because it is the angels given system to precisely or positively ascend into the higher dimension, into the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light.
Okay, is there any other option for that, to achieve it?
I had answered that question already. Another option, sure. Anyone that will choose to go beyond the illusions of time from the bondage of many sacrifices must come into the supreme governance of the angels of supreme light.
Okay, so who are these star seeds?
The star seeds that I am talking about, star seeds in the planet, are those people that can activate connections to their corresponding stars. So this is also to say in advance that stars in the cosmos, we can see many stars, but those are our stargate portals. So that means to say what we see are all the doors going into the real world of the supreme light. That is why there are three kinds of major universes, the Misra, Gradam, and the Murka, which is the Murka comprising of 15th elemental dimension. So everything that we can see, every star, every planet, those are belonging to the Murka universe. Then when we want to go into our super light nature of life, so we must go into the Amisra universe, wherein the stars are our gateway into that dimension.
Okay, so what are the functions of these star seeds, or what we call star seeds? What are their functions?
The function of these star seeds on these final days of the planet's final ascension into the supreme light, their function is to assist the people to ascend life into the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light. So now there is a call for everyone, for all of them, to align now with the precise Stargate portal connections by the angels, lightship contacts, and connections, as I said, called the Art of Life 172.
Okay, so how can starseeds successfully align with their noblest call of their final line mission on Earth?
They must realize their noblest lessons in life, and how to do that, they must as well get the connections of the angels of the Supreme Light. Then how to do that? That is, of course, to get the lessons of the Art of Life 172, because as I said, once again, the angels, lightship contacts, and connection released is the Art of Life 172, precisely released to activate advanced connections with the angelic kingdom.
Okay, so what would happen when a starseed being, for instance, a starseed or a light worker cannot align to any of this precise Stargate portal connection?
They cannot realize their noblest lessons in life, and even to know thyself, it is very difficult. Because anyone can say they know thyself, but we have human understanding, so that means to say we have human ability to discern, as well as we have spiritual wisdom, then human ways of understanding cannot understand the ways of spiritual understanding. So human mind cannot solve the mystery of life, because mystery is beyond the capacity of the human mind to discern. Difficult to ascend, that for anyone that cannot align with the angels of supreme light.
Is there a fee that you want or you require in order to learn the art of life?
There is no fee or any monetary obligation to learn the art of life 172. It will be shared with all those that can love the lesson and take good care for the purpose of this release, lightship contact and connection. So absolutely, it is for free.
Okay, so for this, just for this question, what do you mean by the 24 teachers of the art of life, and why 24? Why not 25 or 30 or 50?
The 24 teachers of the art of life 172. That is the people will be ordained by the supreme light to teach the lessons of the art of life 172. So it is 24 because those are given message by the angels of the supreme light, and there are also formulas given by the spiritual dimension, which is the 24 teachers of the art of life 172, which correspond as well to the 2 4 corners. But that means to say, if we go further information, why 24 teachers? So we need time for the illustrations. Why?
Sis, are you there?
Yes,
Sis?
I am, Jan. I'm
Can
here.
I still add my explanation regarding the 24 teachers of the art of life 172?
Oh, please do,
Of
Jim.
course,
We are all
please do,
ears.
Jim.
Because the call for the 24 teachers of the art of life 172, that means now life in the planet calls for true ascension. And this call is initially to fill up position of ordained instructors to become teachers of the art of life 172, or the angels' lightship contact and connection given by the Supreme Master of Wisdom, Daystar, for the ascension of the entire humanity and earth into the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light. They will be initiated with authority by the angels of supreme light to teach advanced connections of the angels of the highest source through lightship contacts and connection, inner activation of advanced energies, which all for the people's final ascension. Now, as it is finally revealed by the Supreme Master of Wisdom, Daystar, through me, the absolute ascension of life will be, as I said, into the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light, or the finest dimension where no more pains, illnesses, and all sort of human weaknesses. The mankind's opening of true ascension will be merely met in the angelic kingdoms of super light angels, now finally revealed as the angels of Daystar command. The 24 teachers of the art of life 172 will teach the art of life 172, the true way of ascension, and after the ascension of the planet into the supreme source of light, or into the kingdom of the angels of Daystar command. Highest authority. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, Jim.
Wait,
Thank you for explaining that so clearly. In the last radio show, I did ask you, I did say something, not the last radio show, sorry, during our forum, every Thursday we have a chat forum. Not really chat, I mean, you can actually talk to GM live. If you call in, Ian, what time is it? Pacific time every Thursday? We're going to welcome
Yes, every Thursday around 2 p.m. Pacific time.
2 p.m. Pacific time every Thursday. You have a chance to speak to GM and ask your question as well in our forum. Okay, just call Adrian de la Silna. Ian, what is your...
Just look for my Skype handle or Skype username ADelacerna13, and I will include you into the forum.
That's lovely. GM, coming back to this line of question that Jan just asked you about the 24 teachers, the art of life. During the forum, I got a little bit confused, GM, and thank you for explaining this very clearly, because I was confused with the 24 elders of the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of life. So, of light, sorry. So the 24 teachers of the art of life is different from the 24 elders, right, GM? There's a difference? Yeah.
The 24 teachers are different because they are the ones chosen to become the instrument of light for teaching the angels, lightship, contact, and connection. This is why also that the people are thinking that I would like to become guru. No, but it's not, because the angels of supreme light are instructing me to pass this information to all the light workers in the world for those people that will become teachers, the angels, lightship, contact, and connection. So they must come so that we can start with the activation, because the activation really requires lessons. It's not direct without knowing the system, and it's not by means of channeling medium system, because there is a precise system that so that it can be taught, it can be shared with others in a very practical way. There is an explanation why, or there is a precise system.
Yes, GM, we have 1 minute left, less than 1 minute left. Thank you for explaining that. I remember during the forum, I did ask you, are you from the 24 elders of the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light? And you mistakenly say that I thought I was saying that, mentioning the 24 teachers.
I mentioned the 24 teachers, but I'm not one of the 24 teachers. But I am an initiator of these people that are now being called by this divine connection.
Mm-hmm. So you will be, because my next question is, who will initiate the 24 elders of the art of life and how?
Okay, so only the Dugukan initiator can conduct any lightship initiation right. And the Daystar command will give confirmation of authority for those successful recipients by showing their presence in the skies in lightship form. So during the lightship initiation, there is only one question to be asked by the Dugugan initiator. So the question is, where is the lightship of the angels of supreme light?
All right, GM. We have to wrap it up now because that's the end of our show. We will continue with the line of question for the next show, and listeners do join us in the fourth Saturday of the month. So take us away now, Dave. Thank you so much for listening in, and we're looking forward to you joining us again for our next show. Thank you.
Okay, until the next time, God bless us all.
Thank you, GM. Until the next time. Thank you, Dave.